Said, sword in my hand. Yeah, yeah. Said, life is so grand. Yeah, yeah. Said, I am the man. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, just follow the plan. Just follow the smelling treasure when we dungeon dive. I'ma kill for gold, that's adventurous pride in this party. A mind full of goons. I had to die for the cause, that's the cost of our lives. I roll with these bots, want me stuff on the map, my stats crazy. I slaughter with roll of the dice. Brothers in arms, we must fight to survive. Take the fur from these beats, red buddies on rise. I do not mess with you fakers. I seen your level, you was basic. Saw the throats of any haters. Eldritch blast, see you later. Burn the booth like a dragon. Flow hot like I cast it. Fireball using magic. Goddamn, I'm advancing. Real shit, you do not know who you messing with. First in tyrants and I came equipped. They call me Venom, spitting poison quick. Yeah, jumping, jumping. All of my homies gon' jumping. Middle finger to these monsters. All we do is jumping. I've been feeling super strong. I ain't never wearing any guys. I've been working all night long. Power and struggle, I feel on the rise. Shout out decadent in area. Craving blue cause it's Syria. If you really wanna battle us, better bring your best cause we battle us. Well shit, I've been scheming for some breaks for a grip. Got a couple hundred crowns in my fist. Too quick, go stealth, hit a pit pocket. Don't spell with a force with a speed rocket. Devilish relish reward like a witch to the still on my plate. Call it red when I finish. Fools always out playing big as beginners. And it's like y'all cool or live is a win. Jumping, jumping. All of my homies gon' jumping. Middle finger to these monsters. All we do is jumping, jumping, jumping. All of my homies gon' jumping. Middle finger to these monsters. All we do is jumping. Yeah, all of my homies aside. Yeah, Venom, you know we gon' ride. Yeah, you cannot handle my pride. Yeah, I'ma go crazy tonight. Jumping, jumping. All of my homies gon' jumping. Middle finger to these monsters. All we do is jumping.
And if you turn it to the side,
I think it's because it's
It's
the same
liter-
artist. And hello,
yeah,
chat.
it looks almost exactly the same from down here because this is literally where you would enter. They took that map and then they added an extra part of the map up here where we are, and they moved stuff out of the middle here to make a road.
Well, it's
But yeah,
probably
it's
by the
basically
same
exact
artist, so they just used a lot of the same things they already had. But to catch everyone up, last time you guys managed to make your way from the temple on the mountain. However, this is the first little town, village, whatever you would like to call it, that you found on your way down. So, you've spent the better part of a day in the cold.
Water.
I don't get cold
Sure.
because I'm fire.
We have fire
Fire.
magic to keep us warm.
I mean, you were probably using it all. Which might explain why some of you aren't healed. So, you three get the task of going into the city and seeing if you might be able to, like, find housing, which would probably be good with the snow.
Before we go in, should we like wear disguises? Cause we're what, like a day's journey away from the place we just escaped from and left it. I very
I
much
mean,
doubt
that
they wouldn't
is,
say
in
that.
fact, a
Yeah.
question.
Up to you.
No, I'm saying this in character.
What is like? Do I get to look like a ninja?
Do you have
We
ninja
find
clothes on
any
you?
ninjas?
No.
The point of disguise is to not be conspicuous.
If I don't get to look like a ninja, I'm not doing it.
You get to shave your head.
No, you don't.
Well, you get to.
I don't
I'm
understand
pretty
you.
sure that's not gonna help us too much. I'm thinking, well, at this point, where are we gonna get this, guys? We're already here.
Hello, I can't hear anything.
We should
We
maybe
can
see
hear you.
about getting new clothes to change into,
Yeah.
so that we don't, stick out like a sore thumb here,
Yeah.
Probably useful.
considering that most of
Alright,
us
what?
wear modern clothes right now.
Do we see any like laundry like being hung up or that we can
I mean, this is a walled city, so you see very little from the outside besides
let's go. Let's just see if we can buy
buildings
some, and
and a
if
wall.
not, let's
Alright.
borrow some.
Is there any guards
Well,
nearby the front gate
we'll buy
here?
some clothing.
I mean, there are, in fact, city guards, though
Yeah.
they're on the lookout towers, basically on the walls.
Hey, are the gates closed?
There are actually no gates.
Ah,
It's walled, but rather than having gates, there's just a space between for the road.
alright,
Then
we're just gonna enter like
point of
nothing
gates.
happened then.
What's the point of gates?
So there is actually a reason why
Walking
you
up
do
this-
that. Uh,
It's like
this is,
it's like having a shield and having holes in it.
well, obviously, the easy way is to go through there. So that's where you station, like, permanent troops, basically. So you don't have to worry too much about the walls, because people would be stupid to try to get through the walls. So you just station everyone by the gates. And yeah, it's a choice that even walled cities would do in the past. When you had like a crossroads city where there was a lot of like through traffic that goes right through the town. It made no sense to have doors you were constantly opening and closing. So you
That's
just
fair.
don't do doors.
Doors, never heard of them.
I mean, there's doors on lots of things, but not that. By the way, most of these houses that you see here are only 1 story tall. They might have like an attic or something, but none of these buildings are 2 stories. So
Okay.
I will tell you though, that there are some signs just sitting around.
Hey,
How do I
Naka,
want to show that though?
can the
Uh-huh.
common people of this world read?
Can they read? Yes. Can they read well? No.
Okay.
So, like,
And
reading comprehension is not really a thing that you would learn. So, people would, like, learn, like, common words and, like, how to, like, write their name. And that's basically it.
So it's more than likely that any kind of shops are gonna have like a symbol of like
Yes.
this is what they sell instead of an actual like sign of what the shop's name is.
I mean, like,
Alright, let's go find a shirt.
store or shop or inn.
Mm.
Those are words most people probably know. In fact, I'm going to write you some signs. Oh, that color. You are never going to be able to see that. Uh,
Hello,
is there-
housekeeping.
uh, change the color there too. These are not the biggest words, so bear with me here. So I did actually increase their size, so. Oops. Are there any other? Well, this one I should probably. Trying to think if there's anything else. No, I think that might be it for things I actually need to label. Let me just adjust some of these labels. Maybe put it up here. And since I didn't turn on any lighting, you guys can probably see the entire map. So.
Knock, I think you did that on the GM layer.
No, that was on the token layer.
Sure? I can't see anything.
You don't? Because, I mean, it's on the right layer.
So let me refresh. No.
So, if I point down here, you see nothing.
What are you pointing to?
Right over here? Yeah, I can't even see things in your view. So, because the entire map is just lit. Should I maybe expand this for you? Are the words just too small?
Oh, I
Yeah,
can see him. You just
I
have to
just
zoom
zoomed
in a
in.
bit.
Alright, well, I will expand all the words.
Thank you.
Make them twice as big.
It sure is
Lilly.
convenient that we can actually read the language of this place.
Or the pictures.
Yes, it actually is very convenient. But you did actually go to school here at one point in time. Well, not
That's true.
within the Empire. So, obviously, you would have to be able to learn to read. Not being able to read might be a little bit of a handicap.
I didn't even do that the first time.
And I forgot to turn on music. Hang on. Let's turn that on. There we go. A little bit of background music. Alright. I think everything is now labeled that needs a label. Some of these places are just houses, so I did not label those. But public places I have labeled. So.
Okie dokie.
I'm guessing we need to go to the inn first?
I mean, if you want a room, the inn is the place to go.
Why? We don't know if we're even going to spend any time here.
Probably
Other
will.
than
Not going
getting
to
this.
map out for us.
No, but in game, we wouldn't know We're on the run right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Wait, why are we
imagining we're
running? I wanted to kill more.
I mean, because the entire empire is your
Not kill 'em all.
opponent.
Kill 'em.
It's a very
Wow.
large empire.
Stab, 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 stab. Just means more stabbing.
Okay, when the 100,000 plus army comes at you, I'll let
Naka,
you
if
take
you
them on.
actually send that many at us, I will seriously judge you.
We need a lot more strength if we're gonna take out. Oh wait. We have our Gundams. We'll manage.
Kill them all with one step.
Didn't I say we couldn't use them here? Or am I thinking of something else?
I said they don't work so well against small targets. So.
Yeah, but they'd work fine against a giant fucking crowd.
I mean, if you want indiscriminate murder, sure. Are you the villains?
I mean, if you're sending an army after us, of course we're gonna resort to giant robots.
You either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain.
But yes, there is in fact a sign that says inn. For whatever reason, the door for the inn is actually on the back. So it's around to the right side.
Probably why they had the sign over there then.
Yes. In fact, you can actually see the general store sign. That shows up very clearly on the map. The tavern has one too. But the rest are a little bit different as far as that goes.
Wait, so we're in the world where we went to originally, like the first world we went to.
No, that was Nexus. This is Apocalypse.
If that's the case, wouldn't it? Oh, never mind. I don't know what I was going with that.
I don't know. This is where you joined the Adventurers Guild and you learned magic. So.
Alright. Let's go in the inn.
Okay. Inside is like a little entryway. And there are two doors. One leads
Rude,
to
Dragon Dread, shut up.
a room that
You
is
with 3 HP.
fairly large, but has a bunch of like sleeping beds, like on the floor.
Mm.
The other is a kitchen, and they share one fireplace. So, with one fireplace, you can heat both food and the room.
Okay.
It's an efficient design.
Yeah, does sound efficient.
Inside, you find a like middle-aged, portly woman with rosy cheeks and basically like a dark blonde sort of hair color that is almost like wheat. And she looks at you and goes, "Oh my, are you new customers?"
Yes.
Well,
How much for... How long do you think we're gonna be here? A few nights, maybe? Turn
Maybe
to my
a night.
companions.
One night. One night.
One night?
I would say
Yeah,
2
okay.
nights. Always do one more night than.
Let's-
Hilda
Alright,
says this
yeah.
where the NP Pure can't hear me. Always do
Alright.
more than what you're gonna do, say, because you don't want people that
Well,
are
we
looking
can
for
do
you
we can
to
do
think
one and
you're
then
already
buy
gonna
it.
be gone.
We do one night, and if we need to, we can buy another night. We're not
Yeah.
we're gonna
I'd
pay
say
for
two
Yeah.
what we're not
nights.
gonna
I'd
use.
say 2 nights to be safe.
Alright. How much for a night? Stay here.
She says, it is 15 iron coins per night.
Oh, wait, dilemma. We don't have money.
I have monster gems.
Is there any way we can solve this?
Wait, we probably should go buy
Did
the
you
hunters
say this to
first.
her?
We're talking to each other, but definitely audible.
Okay. Then she's gonna say, well, if you don't have money, but you have gems, you should probably visit the general store. Then you can come back,
Okay.
and I'll get things set up.
Thank you. Alright.
We very much appreciate this, man.
She gives you a friendly smile.
Let's go to the general store.
Why do we need to go to the general store? We don't have money. That's what I'm saying. We should steal.
We're just gonna sell monster gems and then buy and then with that money then we can buy things.
Inside the general store, you see a couple that seems to be running the shop. Most of what you are going to see down here is like food and general supplies. But at the moment, the wife is over here next to the fire. Because they like cook down here and offer like portable meals.
Oh,
For
that's
lack
cool.
of a better description for those. And the husband is the first one to notice. Well, you're assuming they're married. It would seem awkward if two people of roughly the same age with opposite genders were not when running a shop like this. But you don't know.
Ding, 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 ding.
You don't know. So, he comes over. He has a portly mustache. It's really bushy. And has like dark brown hair. And he looks you guys over and says, "My, are you adventurers?"
Yes.
Don't get too many of your sort around here. Well, we do, but they're usually just passing through.
Well, you know, we're just passing through.
As well, yeah.
Well, we don't carry too much for you, but what we have.
We're looking for somewhere to sell our monster gems.
Well, I'm sure I can buy some. Not too much demand here, but depending on what you have, I might be able to sell it onwards.
Naka, what can we do with the monster gems? Like, what are they for?
They're
Other than
for
just
creating
selling?
weapons and dyeing the weapons.
Magical crafting is the usual use.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I go bathroom.
If you want to, like, inspell an item, usually that involves some sort of magical crystal. So.
Okay. I'm gonna assume that they can't buy the level 4 monster gems I have, and I'm gonna...
You probably want the low-level ones, like the half... I know you guys have some halves.
I literally only have higher grades. I have tier 2 and tier 4.
Well...
I'll see what I have.
If nothing else, I know Hilda has like a dozen halves.
I've only got one level 1.
Hilda has 11 tier 1 half and 5 tier 1. So.
Let's sell those.
Oh wait, 3 tier 1.
Sell the halves. Hell, so like 5 of them. 5 of them should be enough to sell, right? For just staying at an inn.
So, if you want to know how much they're worth, you can show, like, a single one to the guy to get an idea of the price.
This one we got from a Hydra, and this one we got from a...
I would not say that. That would be some
Why would
crazy
you
talk.
know?
I don't even remember where I got most of my gems from. We were dividing loot ups from some dungeon.
A lot of them actually came from the world of Vale. Luckily
Yeah.
for you, there's no difference as far as most people are concerned between crystals here and there. So, but if you show him a 1/2 tier, he'll look it over and go, I can give you about 10 iron coins for these.
How much did they say was a room again?
15 to get basically a bed per night.
So we need to sell... We need 3 beds. At least.
I mean, theoretically, the rest of the group is here too.
Yeah, we're gonna need to sell all of the halves then.
Well, it'd be 110 if you sold all 11. So.
How much would a whole be?
A tier 1. I'm gonna say is 25 steel coins.
Okay. Do you want me to keep track of the money?
I mean, that's up to you guys. However you want to divide this up.
It'll be a little weird if you're constantly pulling stuff out of nowhere. I'll hold it in the bag.
Let's sell the...
no one has these powers around here. So.
Let's sell the tier 1s.
Well,
no,
there are people with space magic around.
Oh, there is? I thought you said that no one had that type of magic here.
No, it is a valid type of magic. It's very rare to see the extremes of it, though. So.
Okay.
But everyone has abilities, so they'd probably just assume it's my ability.
Just sell a tiny amount, though. You don't want a lot of money on it.
I mean, it would be a distinguishing feature if anyone knows about it. So.
Yeah, like it. Yeah, let's just put it in my bag. We don't want to like have people thinking, "Oh,
we could just carry
why
it
are
on
you
us.
walking around?" Yeah. Just sell like.
Let's sell
5 halves and 1 full one. How much gold did we need?
We needed...
Just for the 3 of you, it is 45 iron coins.
Alright, so sell 2 1s and 5 halves. That should be enough. Because we're only doing 1 night, like y'all said, so...
Yeah.
So that would be 100 then? Because 2 1s are worth 25 each. So 50 steel coins. I mean, iron coins. And 5 that are worth 10. So that's another 50 for 100.
Okay.
By the way, if you're curious, you could show him a tier 2. And
I'm gonna pull out
see how much those are worth.
I'm gonna pull out one of my tier 2s and just ask him how much he'd say that's worth.
I'm guessing around 200 silver. Okay, plus or minus 50.
He says 100 iron
50
coins.
silver feels right.
Okay, just
Though he
out of
also
sheer
adds
curiosity.
that there's almost no use for a tier 2 around here.
Alright. I'm gonna tell him out of sheer curiosity and pull out my level 4.
His mind actually boggles a bit. And he goes, I've never actually seen one in person. He considers it and says, depending on who you could get to buy it, it might be worth a gold coin.
Neat.
By the way, you probably have no idea what the Empire's coinage is like. But their coins are basically iron coins as the common, like, penny. Which is what most things in, like, this village are going to be sold using. The next tier up is silver. And above silver is gold. So basically, he stopped counting in iron coins.
Okay.
And he says, before you even ask, I couldn't actually afford that thing.
I wasn't gonna assume.
He says,
Don't
good.
worry.
We could tell.
You already said that the level 2s wouldn't have much use in the area, so
Yeah.
I'd assume a level 4 wouldn't have much use either.
Hunters often get, like, halves and the occasional single. And that's usually where most of ours come from. But those are just used to power some low-level magic items. And that's about all we use them for here. Well, the weapons store might sell some that are designed to power weapons, but that's outside of my purview.
Interesting.
Also, if you need lots of money, you might want to talk to the owner of the weapons store. He's easily the richest person in town.
Gotcha.
Though, I should note, he doesn't actually make weapons. We do have a blacksmith who can make or repair most gear. But the weapon shop is another merchant. It's just that he only deals in weapons and armor. And he mostly sells to the adventurers and merchants passing through here.
Is there a place where we could get clothing?
Oh,
And
if you
like,
need some clothing, I do carry some, depending on what you want.
We were just looking for something nice and warm, mostly.
I mean, I can sell you some coats. I do carry some coats. Those are something that the tailors in town don't often make. So, instead, we order out for those. And actually, I did not label tailors. I probably should, just in case you get ideas.
Bruh.
Alright. Let's see. So we have...
We gotta go to the
100.
original weapon store to get our actual weapons.
Alright, so which
Yes.
gems did we sell again?
You sold 2 1s and 5 1/2s.
Okay.
Currently.
man,
So
So I
we
need
got
to
have...
check
100
5 1/2s
iron
from my
coins.
inventory, right?
Yeah.
Give me a sec.
5 1/2s and 2 1s. And so we have what, like 100 and...
100
Yeah,
iron
100.
coins.
Wait, is
100
anyone
iron
else
coins.
selling their ones, or am I selling my ones?
I don't have any ones.
well, you're
Do
the
you
one
have any
keeps track
ones?
of them all.
Because I'll sell one if you sell one.
By the way, Boca, you have
Alright, I'll just
ones
sell
in
Boca.
2 places, so you actually have
Hey, you're the
3
one that said
ones.
you fixed it.
I mean, I went through and adjusted all the ones that I saw, so
Where's
it
the other
made
one?
sense,
Don't see
at
two
least to
ones.
me.
I don't see any other ones. Where do you see another one?
Uh,
Oh, tier 1s and tier... okay.
You
Oh,
have
did we
one that
loot the
says
Hydra?
2 tier 1 mana crystals, and
Alright,
then you
I have
have
5
Did we
total.
loot the
1
Hydra?
tier
What do you
1.
say? Don't mess with things.
Yes, I
Alright,
got.
there we go.
did.
I got some.
Alright, we're good now.
Hydra teeth.
You got some. We did get the monster gem from that, right?
Yeah, but
Okay,
I
good,
salvaged
good.
some teeth.
All right, nice.
Call me the Tooth Fairy.
I mean, if you want a nickname.
No.
All right.
I wanted more stuff. That's what I got. I'm gonna make shotgun shells.
All right. So, with the money we got from selling those gems, let's go back and get ourselves some place to stay for tonight.
All right.
And then continue around town, I guess.
I'm gonna go see if I can rustle up some clothes.
By the way, if you want a coat, a winter coat.
Disguises, I should say.
Well, I should say there are 2 things you could get. You could get a winter cloak or
Parka.
a winter coat. A winter coat is going to be about 20 iron coins. A winter cloak is 15.
I want a cloak.
We're gonna stop by the inn to get our room, and then I'm gonna head down to the weapon shop to see if I can try selling my gems there.
Alright, well, you can definitely do that.
Just the door.
There are 2. There's one here, and... Well, I guess that's a window, so I guess
Oh,
just
that's a window.
this one.
Okay. All right.
You're a
It
window.
just looked a lot like a door when I first glanced at it. Sorry.
Yeah.
So inside, you see, actually even some potions and things lined up in one area. But most of it is weapons, though also some gear, randomly placed around. Some shields, some helmets, bits of armor, lanterns in one spot, bags and, like, backpacks in another. It is quite the collection of things. Oh, by the way, this building is one of the few 2-story buildings in town, with a true 2nd floor. Standing in there are 2 guards in different places, and 1 swarthy gentleman in a relatively fancy suit. By the way, he has
Alright.
black hair and amber eyes. So he's also slightly striking. And he's got little handlebar mustache. And a bit of a goatee. He glances over at you and says, "Ah, adventures. What can I do for you today?"
I have
A backflip.
some monster gems I'd like to sell, as well as I'd like to browse your stock.
why don't we look at the stock first?
All right.
Find you something you might like.
Okay. What does this man have?
It's more, is there anything you're looking for? And I'll go from there.
I don't know what you have.
So,
Give this guy's
feel
entire stock, his credit ratio. Oh, no,
it's a little too early for that, at least in this world.
how much he makes. How much he makes on an average Wednesday. Everything.
I mean, standard weapons aren't
sorry,
exactly something I'd necessarily need.
I will say that one of the things he's going to show off is either a long dagger or a short sword. It's very hard to tell because of the length. It's longer than you would expect for a regular dagger, but it's shorter than a typical short sword. He holds it up and says, "This here is actually a magical weapon. This one in particular is a blade designed to light things on fire.
This is
If you
also a
don't have
magic
any
weapon.
magic
It's not magic.
yourself, you can power it by using some monster gems, making it very convenient."
So would this be good for, like, it might be more of Hilda's alley.
I already gave up one of my katanas for enhancement.
No, it's a dagger that has like a fire effect.
He doesn't exactly describe what it can do, but I will tell you if you make me a Arcana roll.
Okay,
Okay.
I will.
They're not even here. Oh, there they are.
Well, Boca definitely has an idea of what it can do. The
mean,
basic
Hilda.
enchantment would probably best be described as a flaming blade. So, basically, when you attack, you would deal extra fire damage.
Okay.
It would also obviously light things on fire. However, it does have a secondary function. And the secondary function
Please
is
tell me it's a
to...
throw enchantment. So I already have so much up close
It
stuff.
is not, but the other thing is that it can fire firebolts.
That's kind of like throwing enchantment.
I mean, it's throwing fire.
Can't you just cast
Can you use
Firebolt,
it multiple times, or is it like one and done?
Basically, it draws from your own power. But
Oh,
You already cast
something I
Firebolt?
already like use like
Well,
water. Okay.
so when you use like
Singularity.
ignite, which is probably the closest spell you have to a firebolt.
Yeah.
It costs you basically 1 point to cast it.
Okay.
However, if you charge this weapon You pay for it once, and then you can use it once per turn to fire a firebolt for 1
It's
minute.
like a bonus action?
Well, it's not a bonus, it's an action, but yes, each turn.
So it basically makes it a cheaper way to shoot off fire.
Yes, if you just need a low-level flame, then
How much
it
does
is
it cost?
6 times less power. So,
Basically, it's 6 shots for the price of 1 power rank.
yeah. So efficiency-wise, it's a lot more efficient to use
Is
an
there
item.
anything else in here besides that?
I mean, there's stuff everywhere. It really depends on what you want, because he'll show you something of anything. But he was trying to tempt you into this, because he expects a good bit from this.
Alright.
Interesting.
Okay, about it.
Wouldn't happen to have anything of more of a holy affinity, would you?
He considers for a moment and says, I do have a few items, but most are jewelry.
Hilda, being a girl, just stares at him.
I mean, all of your characters are girls, so.
Yeah, that's what they just all stare at him collectively. Like, are you saying I don't want jewelry? Or are you saying I don't look good enough for jewelry? What are you saying?
Well, I'm pretty sure that what he means by saying it that way is that
Is it
they
more
won't be
defensive?
like weapon effects,
They'll be
primarily.
more defensive. Okay.
Usually
Understandable,
jewelry
I
is enchanted with like light, cura, offense buff, defense buff, that sort of thing. I mean, if you get lucky, you might find like purification or dispel.
See.
He digs around among the collection of jewelry and then comes out with a pair of earrings. These are some of my best stock when it comes to jewelry. He holds up the first one. Both, by the way, look very similar. They are basically a stylized angel, a winged woman, with the wings extended and their arms up in the air above their head. And like inset within is a what's probably an opal, though it's a milky white opal, so it could be maybe a pearl. It's kind of hard to say. Either way, he holds up the one and says, this one allows one to use Asuna. He holds up the other and says, this one lets you cast both Kyo and Hai. Which, if you're not looking at the list, is offense and defense buffs on the one. And Asuna is ailment cure. So.
I think that's one of the ones I don't have.
I don't think you do have Asuna.
I do not.
Asuna's my favorite sword online character.
I'm interested in the one that lets cast us. Oh, I do have Asuna.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Did I ever actually stat it? Because I don't have it statted on the wiki. I probably should.
You can cure most ailments, poison, disease, and exhaustion from a single target as long as it's not from a stronger magical source.
Yes. Now, I'm gonna tell you, like with the sword, these are going to help you with casting. The way it works is the first one, the one that buffs, you get both spells for the price of one. And you don't have to concentrate on either. So,
Ooh,
very
that's
handy.
actually really strong.
The ailment cure, on the other hand, is usually a tier 2 intermediate spell. But it only costs 1 point to use it with the earring. So
Can I go to
basically
the
half
blacksmith
price.
while they're still walking around in here?
What was that, Boca?
Can I go to the blacksmith?
Yeah, you can go to the blacksmith.
What was the one that had the buffs in it? Had
It's the other half of this pair of
Yo and
earrings. They're really a set, unless you only want one earring. But they have different effects. So
I'll take an earring.
Should they both be on the same person?
Yeah, those earrings do actually look like they'd be useful for me.
I mean, literally anyone can use them. That's
Yeah.
sort of the beauty of the
I'm
items.
not saying like not just anyone can use them. I'm saying I feel like they should both be on the same person because they work really well together.
I am interested in the earrings, yes.
Yeah, but don't you already have the abilities one, but
Well, yeah, but it would make it cheaper for me to cast them, as well as the one with the buffs. Don't have to hold concentration on it, which means I can cast that with the earring while also casting a different spell that needs concentration.
Yes.
So, for example, I could cast my body enhancement while also using the offensive buff and defensive buff from that one earring.
I should happen to say that these earrings are part of a set known as the Mage's Friend. Specifically, these are the Light Mage's Friend.
Alright. So I am definitely interested in the earrings.
Okay. Do you want to know how much he would charge you for them?
Yes.
He says, I can part with these for 100 silver.
It's
What
like
level
1
of
gold,
stone
right?
would that be?
So, in the Empire, where you are, basically 1 gold is about roughly 1,000 silver.
Okay.
Oh, God. Well then, what level stone would they need?
You're looking around like a tier 3 and a little extra.
Okay.
They're
How much
not
were the tier
cheap.
2s worth? How much
What
were
was
the
that?
tier 2s worth?
Tier 2s are worth... I know I said it. Chat, do you remember what I said exactly? Because I think I said they were worth, like, 100?
Half is 15, and 1 whole is 50, I think you said.
Yeah,
25,
it was 25 for a tier 1. I remember that. tier 2, I want to say I said like 100-ish.
Yeah, that feels right.
All right.
Things quickly get more expensive the rarer an item is. Which is why like tier 3 and tier 4 are considerably more. By the way, 100 iron coins is basically 1 silver. So I don't expect you to remember that, but just saying that. So
He said it was 100 silver.
yes.
Right. I look in my bag, scratch my head, and was like, I have this, and I pull out one of my tier 4 gems.
He actually looks shocked for a moment. He then says, "Oh my, that is quite the item." He considers it for a while, and then he says,
Close. Yeah, the
"As
only thing
long
I
as
have
you don't want coins for it, I could give you about 500 silver in exchange."
that works for me, I think.
He smiles and says, "Well, should the earrings be the first thing then?"
Yes.
All right. You can mark down the earrings however you wish. You should probably consider them an item, but you might actually want to put like the info, like in like the abilities area, the features and traits, just to make it more visible. Because you can actually put notes on items, but you can't really see those well.
Yeah. What were they called again?
They are the light mage's friend.
Okay. Put that in the abilities.
Blah.
Now you just have to pick out some other expensive things.
What did they do again? So one was
One gives you the ability to cast Asuna, ailment cure, using 1 power point. The other one lets you cast Kyo and High, offense and defense buff, for 1 power point and no concentration cost.
There we are.
All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to look for?
Let's see, so 400 more silver to go through, I guess.
Pretty much. If you would like this sword, it's going to count as a short sword when you're using it. It's the Sword of Embers, by the way. That is the name of it. That also costs basically 100 silver. So.
Okay, I don't really use fire magic like at all,
I mean,
even though I have it.
So, even if you don't happen to use it, anyone in the party could use this item. I mean, you have your claws, so you don't need like a
Yeah, I
physical
don't.
weapon as much as most. It's the same thing for Kefri. If Kefri were here, they would not really need like a physical weapon. However, because it deals fire damage, it is very useful when something is like resistant to conventional damage. It's also good on a lot of regenerating creatures, because lighting most of them on fire at least hinders the regeneration.
I'm gonna take that and hand it to Samantha, I think.
Does it even have fire magic?
I mean, you don't need fire magic to use it. You just need magic, period.
Yeah, and so it basically enables you to cast a small amount of fire magic now.
I could tie it to the end of my whip. Alright.
Ironically, the effect is basically identical to what Foxy can do currently. So.
Okay, give it to Foxy. Have her run around with a lot of my mouth.
I don't think that is going to work very well, but.
I mean, it's still a fire sword, so.
You don't think, or you don't?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Foxy's not designed and built to be able to like wield a sword in their mouth. I don't think that's gonna go so well. But I mean, some other options in here, if you guys would like access to types of magic you don't currently have. Like, I think one of you might have earth magic. I think that's Lilly, off the top of my head. But none of you have, like, water or ice magic or wind magic. So, if you would like access to some of that, it might be nice to pick up an object that has those things.
Yeah.
It's not on my list, but the guy will pick up a like a golden amberish brooch, and he holds it out to you and says, "This is a very handy item. It's called the Wind Brooch. When you activate it, it creates a barrier of wind around your body. If you're curious what that actually does, I can tell you.
A little curious, yeah.
Okay. What it actually mechanically does is it gives you resistance to, like, physical ranged attacks. So everything from rocks and daggers to like firearms. Basically, it's going to sap the strength of any of those attacks that come up against you. Also, if you're attacked by a wind spell, it acts as a, like a physical barrier to that. That can absorb a decent amount of damage. Basically, it's based on your actual health. So, how this works is when you use it, you get a barrier that only works on other wind spells. And it has the same HP as like temporary HP style effects as your current HP, only for wind spells. So basically, any wind attacks coming up against you would be absorbed by that shield before they hit you. So, like, if someone were to hit you with, like, Kaze, Wind Blade, it would absorb the impact from that.
Oh, what potions does this guy have? Because he said he had potions.
He's got healing potions and a whole laundry list, really. Gotta actually find the page with my potions. Sorry, chat. I know this is taking a bit.
You're fine, Naka. Take your time.
Where the heck did I put that page?
Did we ever go back to the shop where Boka was trying to get their weapons enchanted?
So you are currently in the Empire, and that is in another country, which I'm currently not remembering the name of, but it's to the south. It is probably about 300 miles south.
It was Alicia, I think. No, wait.
I'll be able to
Tenby.
tell you
That's what
exactly
it was Latenby.
if I look it up. Yes, Latenby. Its name is fairly distinctive. And I totally forget what I was looking up now. Oh, there it is. Yeah. You're in the Empire of Rumnrick, which is to the north. The Kingdom of Latenvi is to the south. And there's actually 2 other kingdoms in the area. The Kingdom of Southland and the Kingdom of Evlanda. Each a little bit different. Heck, even, like, the money is different. None of this coinage you just got is useful at all in Latenvi. You would have to find a coin broker who would exchange your currency. By the way, that's how it used to work. in like most of Europe and even the US until like the whole banking system became a thing. So
That's why I honestly at this point I'm preferring to trade in the gems rather than using the money.
I mean, it is handy.
Yeah. Because they'll accept that anywhere, apparently.
Pretty much. Though he is shortchanging you.
I'm aware. He's giving me for like half the actual price of the thing, and I'm legitimately
Basically, he needs to
not
find
bothering to care.
someone in a much larger city, like that's an enchanter or like a
Yeah,
noble maybe, to buy this from him.
Yeah.
So
I'm aware of that, and because I'm aware of that, I'm letting him get away with it because he needs to make his own money as well, I'm sure.
well, yes, that is how he's the richest person in town.
Yeah.
Is it my turn with the blacksmith?
I mean, you can talk to the blacksmith anytime. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So, as you enter the blacksmith's shop, there's a small entryway which has relatively normal stuff, and then you go into what is a proper, like, blacksmith's forge.
Okay.
And there is a very large man wearing literally no shirt and just a pair of breeches and an apron.
Hilda just looks up and stares.
He's currently banging away on what you would guess is a horseshoe. Or at least it's in the shape of a horseshoe at the moment.
Any guess? Hilda just like within his eyesight, she would probably guess, but she doesn't really pay attention. She just stares up at him like.
Oh, by the way, this guy is a massive, massive muscle. He's very chiseled.
Hilda seems very like enthralled and admiring the muscles.
He's also probably in his upper 30s at a guess. With
So muscle version of dad.
with like
Most muscled old timer.
well, he's not that old. I mean, upper 30s. He's not even quite middle-aged. Well, for this, he's probably considered middle-aged, but he's got like salt and pepper hair and actually mostly clean shaven, but he's got that like 5 o'clock shadow at the moment because it's later on in the day.
Yeah.
When he realizes you're there, he uses some tongs and puts the object he's working with into the water next to him, and it hisses and sizzles for a moment. And then he says, "Can I help you?"
Hilda's just like staring up at him like, oh. Do you work on magical?
He shakes his head and says, "Sadly, that's not my area of expertise."
Can you reinforce weapon?
I mean, I can repair them. I don't know of any means to reinforce a weapon now.
Out of character. Where would I go for that, Naka?
This place is too small to have like an enchanter's.
Okay.
So, custom work that is not like mundane.
So the place I was at was probably the
isn't
only place
really
right now we
possible.
know of that can do that.
I mean, there's gonna be others. It would just you'd have to go to like a
But right
larger
now,
city.
the only one we know
Yeah.
of is that one.
Where would we go about getting a map?
I guess I'll just have them repair my armor. I'm
The
sure it's
general
messed
store would
up.
actually probably have a map.
D&D's
All right.
nice. Could I have him repair my armor?
I don't think there's anything specifically special about your armor. But let me double check.
I'm sure of all the battles we on, at least kind of damage, isn't it?
I mean, it's gotten banged up. He takes a look at your brigandine, and he says, "Sure, I can do this."
Okay.
He considers it and says, "I'd probably need to charge 15 iron coins."
I will give him 20.
Okay? He'll be happy to take that.
Yeah.
I should note, you technically don't have your armor until he hands it back, though.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, just bear that in mind.
Okay. I will
He
head
says,
back to the... Oh, wait.
well, he will
Obviously, I
tell
don't
you
leave yet.
before you leave that he's got to finish his current job, and then he'll get right on it.
Alright. Thank you.
So, back to the weapons shop.
Yeah.
Is there anything you guys have thought about? Oh, I
Um,
will mention one very common item that you will find in here. And that is light globes. You can put them on a chain, so they're sometimes sold as like jewelry. But the globes have just the light spell in them. And they work on ambient energy, so you don't like have to cast a spell, but you can turn it on and off like a flashlight. But the light is like a torch, so, or like a lantern. So,
I'm doing good, Siano. How are you doing?
for those that cannot see in the dark, this is a very handy thing.
I have
Also
a
saves you
question
from having to cast the
relating.
light spell. So,
I have a question relating to light spells.
okay.
There's not currently a blinding flash spell, is there?
You could make a version of the light spell that is a blinding flash. But
Interesting.
there's currently no specific blinding flash spell. No.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Mostly because when I created the spells, like, I had to pick examples. And there really is not like a blinding flash spell at like a base level in D&D. There's a blindness spell, but that's a little bit different. So,
Yeah. I was honestly the inspiration that I got from that was literally flashbangs.
yes. In fact, it happens a lot in light novels that they adjust like light spells to be blinding flashes.
Yeah.
Like Brain, come on. Spit it out. Names. Come on. You know it. Another World with Landmines. Uses that. The main characters basically create a blinding flash spell that they use on, like, humans.
Yeah.
Because, obviously, flashbangs. So, it would definitely not be the first time that comes up. But, currently, they don't have one. So. And by the way, I would say the cost is basically the same as the light spell. It's just instant duration rather than like an hour. So
Yeah.
you just pour all the energy into it at once.
Yeah. Like light burst or something.
I mean, I'd even be willing to call it a flash bang, except there's not really a
Well, it doesn't-
bang.
Yeah.
You could call it blinding burst. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I'd call it something like that. Alright, let me have the rest of what we have in credit here, I suppose I could say. Go to... Let's go for a couple healing potions for the party so that they don't necessarily need me to heal them.
You know, I
Outright.
think the party actually has a bunch of healing potions.
Oh, yeah.
We do.
Alright.
Yeah, I think Boca might have like at least 20.
Yeah, they never used them.
Alright. I wonder why.
But yeah, he'll have...
This is why I'm almost always running out of power rings, because I have to heal you guys.
I mean, true. A lot of
Yeah.
that is actually probably Samantha.
Is there like a shield spell or a cure spell on any of the rooms?
Let me get the...
You could get like a ring that has the shield spell. Yes.
Let me get
Is there any,
the...
like basic necklaces that have maybe similar enchantment?
I'll take the wing pendant, but probably
Think of having
aren't
Hilda
gonna use it
wear like a
myself.
necklace that has the ring on it, so that like if I'm really in danger, I can use the shield spell. Because I'm guessing it can only activate like maybe once as reaction or something.
So like for a ring, you actually have to like wear them in contact with your skin.
Oh, that's dumb, Naka, and you know it.
They have the smallest like enchantment system to them out of all the jewelry, because you have to be able to wear them on a finger. So, because of their size, they actually need physical contact.
I do find a necklace. Which you would think a necklace would have the smallest.
Usually because it's the object on the necklace that is the main thing. Those
Wait,
can
you
be
can't have
like
just a regular
like the
chain
brooch. The brooch is about the size of my fist, so it has a larger field to it.
Okay, you're trying to make me look gaudy.
I mean, the earrings are about the same. They're about the same size as a ring, but they actually go, through your ear. So by necessity. They're always in physical contact.
Not gonna trying to make me get a nose piercing.
I mean, if you want one.
No. Hilda is a very
We get the wind brooch.
Okay.
unblemished
And
woman.
let's give that to Samantha because they tend to be very squishy.
Yes.
What to who?
You're getting a brooch.
You're
Samantha.
getting a wind shield to avoid getting shot.
Or at least reduce.
Okay. I don't know how I use it. But...
It also
Okay.
gives you temp HP against wind damaging spells, so you'll have that
I've
as
been
well.
talking because like everyone's cutting in and out. I don't know what's happening most of the time.
I'm buying you things. That's what's happening.
She put a ring on it.
It's a brooch.
I say it makes sense.
But yeah, shielding rings are also a thing. And I should mention probably that depending on the type of ring, some of them can be worn as like earrings, or in other places as like piercings, depending on like the type. The more complex the effect, the larger the ring, and so therefore the less potential for, alternative placement.
Just over here petting the dog.
Let's see. What else would be useful?
I mean,
Still, what, 200 silver?
People.
about that much. Yeah. Another, at least interesting object he has is a ring that lets you cast Mizu, create water.
Gesundheit.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yes. It's got lots of uses depending on how you choose to use that.
Do they have a really strong shield enchantment on our ring?
The shielding ring?
Like, I'd be willing to
Shielding
wear
rings-
a ring if it's at least really strong. Otherwise, I just want it on my necklace because it's probably like a one-time use thing.
They're not one-time use. If they were only
just have to
one-time
recharge
use,
them.
it wouldn't be very effective. But
Yeah,
the
one-time
shielding
use, they would-
ring, basically you would pay for it kind of like you do the firebolt effect on the short sword.
Mm-hmm.
So you would charge it, and then you'd be able to use it once per turn for basically a minute.
And it would basically stop one attack.
Yes. There are attacks that can, exceed its potential, but that is a very high tier. If I
Alright, I'll get the
correctly
ring.
remember,
She'll wear it on her pinky. I got a pinky ring like a pimp. Or a thumb ring. I guess it would be a thumb ring. Probably huge. Wait. Is there a bracelet that does the same?
You could probably get a sort of bracelet or band that can do the same thing.
Yeah, I want that to wear her like Hilda will wear like the one.
But yeah, the actual like damage it can take is character level plus your, well, what's called your competence bonus. So in your guys' cases, that's like 6 times 2.
The one attack period. I knew it! I knew it was gonna be a one-time use each combat.
Well, no, each round.
Oh, it takes that much damage each round.
Yes. That's how much you can take each round.
And it doesn't use up my actions.
It uses a
Except
reaction.
for the time you use it.
Yeah. It's very cost efficient. Ulysses, for instance, has the shield spell, but he has to pay 1 power point every time he uses it. So.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
All right. If you don't have anything else you want to buy at the moment, he can give you like 100 silver. So.
Yeah, that'd work.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
So do I just add that to my inventory?
Yes. You probably want to list the effects in like your traits and features area. So it's, you know, laid out for you.
You wanna
Mm-hmm.
I just put it in the EP slot for the silver.
You wanna put that, like, get it started for me? So I know where to go?
Sure, I can. We will call it the shielding band. Just to showcase it here.
Forgot what I bought.
Give me a second, I can tell you. That is basically the effect. So I did some shorthand. So. But yeah, generally it's 1 attack that'll block. And you bought the short sword, the earrings, the brooch, the shielding band for Boca.
Alright, cool.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Chat, did I miss anything?
Nope. Think so.
I mean, you could get some other smaller things like the light pendants or glow stones, depending on what you would like to call them. So that sort of thing would be easy. Oh, there's the Mizu ring. So you could create water. I mean, if you wanted it.
I feel like
It's
we'd only
actually
really need
decently
that
expensive because it's very useful. So,
Yeah. I feel like we'd only need that if we were going to go to like somewhere that, didn't have water.
so, off the top of my head, here's some uses for it. Obviously, jelly water. Very good if you're in a desert.
Planning on making us go to a desert anytime soon, I guess?
I mean, you never know. But,
All right.
yeah, good for
All
that.
right. Say maybe if there's a chance.
I mean, there's always a chance. I mean,
No, you
if,
say maybe if there's a good chance. Say nothing if you don't really plan on it anytime
if
soon.
Samantha wanted to, she could shuffle you all to another world right now. So,
You need to go to the place that has my weapons, Samantha.
I do want to.
We've been crippled for the longest time because I don't have like half my gear.
you've just been out of town.
And I've been wanting to get other gear upgraded.
I mean, I pulled you back here. So,
Like, if we wanted to get our gear upgraded, the best way to do it would be to do it ourselves. So we just need to learn the skills.
One of my katanas is at the other store, like getting turned into a magic
yes, it
weapon.
is.
I've been wanting to go back there for the longest time.
Sadly, none of you know how to teleport, so
That's why I've been
getting
having to
back
get
is probably gonna
space
take a
magic.
while.
For gosh sakes, I'm having to waste points getting to space magic just so I can do part of my moveset and so I can go by myself to these places. Because you guys won't listen to me when I say, half my weapons are back in another place.
Oh no, you're
I have to keep going and retrieving my dagger when I throw it right now because the other dagger that's getting enchanted is
Oh no,
at
you're
the enchanting
slightly
place.
less powerful. No, you suffer.
So,
All right.
But yeah, you could have the Mizu ring. I forgot to tell you some of the other examples. But you could like put water down, especially when it's cold out here, and create like a swampy, icy mess to hinder foes. You could.
If I made a puddle, stood in the puddle, and then set off electrical discharge, would that hit everyone standing in the puddle?
Yes. If you convinced a bunch of people to get into water with you, even a slight layer of water, you would electrocute them.
Interesting.
So, like, if you got in this river right outside, everyone else in the river, including the fishies, would all be hit if you tried to electrocute them.
Interesting.
It depends on how creative you can be with creating water. I mean, if you want another use, create water over someone's head. Good distraction.
Oh yeah, I could force Boca to have a bath.
You mean Hilda? Also, Hilda
Yes.
would
No.
be very, very unhappy with you. You'd get rid of her gamer must.
Maybe you need a bath then.
No, Hilda is pro gamer streamer. She cannot lose her gamer must. It's the source of her power.
Another good use is if, because you can create hot or cold water, you could use it to fill a bath or to take care of bodily waste in a cleansing manner. Really depends on what you want to do with it.
Are you telling Maple to use a ring of magic as a bidet.
Sure. Why not?
I'm done with you.
I don't think we need the water ring.
You can't say that, Maple, because if you say that, Maka will literally send us to a desert within the next 3 episodes.
I don't have any plans for a
And
desert.
she'll make
at
a
the
reason
moment.
why we can't leave.
I don't think they're gonna make us do a survival part of the campaign.
Survival is a pain in the ass for both the players and the GM, so.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I don't think we need the ring. Let's go get a map, honestly.
okay.
Um,
You can easily, well, relatively easily get a map. It's a little bit expensive. It's about 30 iron coins. I keep wanting to call them steel, so if I mess up and call iron coins steel, that is
just call them steel, it's fine.
I mean, no one would actually make coins out of steel. That's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
there are lots of examples of iron coins, so.
You could go titanium.
I'm gonna go back to the general store and buy a map.
Okay. You can
But
easily
I'm gonna
do that.
pay him. But I'm gonna pay him a silver because I can.
I mean, if you want to pay more than double the price, he will definitely not mind.
Cool.
What are you doing? Hitting on the general store?
If, he'll also tell you one other thing while you're there at the general store, which is that if, you want the closest thing they have to the Adventurers Guild here, you should visit the tavern.
Be right back. I need to go back from my thing.
Alright.
I'll also mention that while not an official branch, the tavern does actually have a Adventurers Guild board, and the barkeep will actually act as like a agent of the guild as far as those missions go. Also, if you want to find out any information, basically that's the place to do it.
Alright. I'm gonna take my map and head over to the tavern.
Okay.
Get some information, I guess.
You're gonna see that a bard is playing at the moment, or a troubadour. It's hard to tell the difference. But some late music. At the tables are mostly traveling merchants and their guards. Though one table, this one here, actually has 2 of the city guard at it, who are wearing the uniforms of the Empire. So, if you want to listen in on a conversation, tell me who you'd like to listen in on, and we'll do a perception check.
I'd like to listen in on the guards' conversation.
Okay. Roll me some perception. Oh, wow.
Fuck. I did not
It
hear a
is way too
single
loud
word.
to hear the guards from where you are.
Can I help them?
I mean, if you want to run your own, that's probably better at the moment.
Yeah.
Perception?
Yes. Okay, with a 15, Boca, you overhear some of the words. The one says to the other, "It's weird how that royal carriage came through the other day. They seemed to be in such a hurry." And the other one says, "Yeah, they had so many guards too. I wonder who it was." And you hear a few other bits, but nothing that was coherent after that.
All right.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna ask the barkeep if there's any like particularly notable monsters that have been sighted anywhere nearby.
The barkeep, who is probably middle-aged, so for this setting, like upper 40s. And he's got like, how do I describe this color? Like a dull blonde hair color. It almost looks gray because it's just dull. It's a little unkempt too. And he's got a full beard and stash, of course. And he shakes his head and says, "Nah, we don't really get strong monsters out this way. At least not usually. Once in a while, something will come down from the mountain." He also adds that there's some sort of imperial base way up in the mountains. They occasionally get, like, supply shipments and things for that.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna turn to my companions and ask. We just want to head back to Latembi.
I don't know.
Do you want to listen to any other conversations before you discuss this?
Sure.
Okay, make me another perception roll. Oh, wow. So, the table right next to you starts to talk. It's 3 merchants at this table. And the one you hear ask the other, "So, where's your next destination?" And the other says to him in reply, "Oh, we're going to the Imperial capital, where they're holding the hero games." And the third chimes in and says, "I hear that's gonna be a big event. They're trying to gather the heroes from all across the countries and see who has the strongest hero around." The first one says, "Oh, yes, I've heard of that. It's gonna be quite the thing." The second one nods and says, "Yeah, also a great chance to sell my wares. Think of all those people there just to witness the event." If you want to keep listening, you can hear more about this. But that is going to be the big topic for a lot of conversation actually going around. It's still only rumors currently, but
some sort of hero festival, I guess.
So I will give you some like bullet points of conversation bits. It's gonna be held in their Grand Coliseum. It's gonna be one-on-one or group battles between heroes of different nations. And basically they're gonna be treated like big arena fights to see who is the strongest hero in the world. Which I should mention is basically what the princess that you met was talking about. I mean, she
They
just
wanted
said
us to
facing her
represent them,
enemies,
basically.
but
I haven't heard anything for the last 5 minutes.
son, do we need to help your internet?
I don't know. I'll watch the VOD.
Alright. So sounds like we could just show up independent, probably. Probably piss off the princess, but you know.
I mean, theoretically, since Latenvi only has one hero, though it seems like the Empire got multiple heroes at this point. You can probably find Latenvi's hero there. So if you want to get back with the hero, or
Oh,
just...
yeah, I remember her.
Yes, you went to school together for a time.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like 6 months. That's nothing. But, if you want to get back with her, or if you just want to travel with the hero back to Latenvi, that can probably be arranged. But you would have to go into the heart of the Empire. So.
Alright.
Also, Samantha's sister is back in Latenvi. So. Oh, and,
Right.
Boca, Hilda's, like, dad is there too. So. Actually, the dad might get hired as a mercenary to be, like, a guard for the hero. You never know.
Let's head to these hero games, I think. Why not?
So you want to go to the Imperial capital?
Yeah.
Let's say you all. Boca?
What?
Do you want to go to the Imperial capital?
Sorry, I zoomed out. Why are we going to the Imperial capital?
So we could theoretically participate in hero games. We can meet up with the hero that we met before that we were friends with. And we could maybe find your dad.
Find Pop. Yeah, I'm down with it. We gotta wait for my armor to be repaired, though.
Well, yes. Obviously, you wouldn't leave
Yeah, we're
immediately, but...
We're staying overnight here anyway.
Yeah. Probably sometime the next day, you will be done with your armor.
Sounds good to me, then.
It's nice.
I would ask Sun Eater, but they probably couldn't hear anything we said, so...
I mean, it seems like the clear way to go anyway.
I mean, it is a solid option. It is much closer to the Imperial capital than it is to the 10V itself. So, now, if the princess is looking for you, though, it's gonna be harder to, like, stay invisible in the Imperial capital. But you do have some funds, so you might manage it.
Oh, you know what? I should go back to like the weapons shop and ask if they have any kind of like mask thing.
Masks per se, probably not. But they would have helms. So, if you wanted a helm, they could arrange that. Especially one with, like, either a half or a full face mask. That is usually how you would find, like, a mask. At least unless you want to pretend to be a noble. And then there's pure face masks for, like, balls and things. But that's less common. He might actually have one. Probably a magical one, but...
I think if I were looking for something mask-like, I would look for something kind of monstery, just to kind of fit my vibe.
You'd probably definitely want, like, a helm then. You could get something with, like, horns or, a fearsome appearance in general. I mean, not that any of you are gonna pass for monsters.
Well, of course not, just to evoke the feeling. If anything, I would be the closest to looking like a monster, given that I can just shape claws and a big old tail.
Yes, I mean, that is definitely a thing. So,
And it's pretty alien to this world, as far as I remember.
yes, their magic generally cannot do that, so. Alright, hang on a minute. I need to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Oh, are we still going? Guess Naka has plans today.
Okay, I'm back.
Nooner, if you're there, we're gonna try for... We tried Power this morning, but it wasn't working very well. We'll try again Wednesday.
Did you guys keep chat entertained?
Nah.
Okay.
I'll put them in timeout.
So, do you guys want to fast forward to the next day?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Are we going for like 15 more minutes? I'm trying to figure out where I'm at.
I mean, it's up to you guys. I have at least one more scene in the city.
Alright, yeah, go ahead. I'm fine with that.
Yes, let's move on to the next day.
So, I'm gonna move you all for the scene. You're just gonna be over by the inn, hanging out. You have some time to waste, basically. Do I actually have... Chat, you see that I'm searching for carts, and I get creatures and crates. Do you think their search function needs a little bit of work?
Maybe.
Can I just find a PNG of a car and then put it on that way?
I mean, I'd have to go searching for that. I know I have carts somewhere. In fact, I've used that sort of thing before. Yeah, carts. Entire carts. I even have catapults.
Do they have cards?
That looks about right. Come on, horse. I know this is a horse. I mean, it's definitely not to scale, but... I don't know, that might actually be kind of close to scale, but we don't usually consider them to be that big. But you guys see a bunch of carts, fancy carriages technically, but they're surrounded by marching soldiers in imperial uniforms. And on one particular carriage is the imperial seal, which, by the way, you've seen a couple of times at least by now. So, but they all head through the town. Do you want to try to get a glimpse inside the one with the imperial seal on it?
Yes.
Oh, hey, would you look at that? It's inserting.
Active perception.
Anyone else want to give it a shot?
Sure.
Oof.
I was not really paying attention, to be fair.
So, Sun Eater, you could do some perception if you wanted to.
Pass that. Usually they roll high enough.
I just want to see if anyone happens to roll better.
No.
Alright, so you get a glimpse inside. And what stands out to you are curls of bright red hair.
Hello?
Ah. That's the princess, I think.
Quite possibly. And they
Or
seem
at
to be
least one of
making
the-
their way towards the temple. Because it's pretty easy to see that they're heading out the gate that you guys came in.
Mm.
And you do know that they've already been through here when they left. So this would seem to be the return. Oh, also, one of the carriages was made out of metal and looked more like an armored car than a carriage.
Probably meant to transport us.
One might think that.
I imagine they're going to collect us from said temple to take to that weird whatever place.
Well, probably the Imperial capital, actually.
Yeah.
But, yes, most likely they're heading to the temple to retrieve you guys. But, there's not much of a temple left.
Yeah.
In fact, waiting for them is probably going to be a revenant.
They cannot die. Wonderfully.
Well,
People at the temple.
he is very hard
They
to
have to explain
permanently
why they're
kill.
not there.
Though,
Mhm.
if
Don't you dare
anyone...
permanently kill him, Naka.
I mean, probably she's not going to be invested enough to try. But if someone were going to be able to kill the Revenant, it's probably her.
Mm.
If you can't tell, she is also a fire mage. So,
I don't
It's
like
very
that Naka's
tempting
saying
to-
that, Maple. I don't like that she's saying that.
It's very tempting to blast the carriage, but we're not gonna do that.
I mean, that would probably get you in a pretty big fight. There are probably about 100 guards with her.
Mm.
Or at least it feels like there are.
Alright. I guess we'll just watch them go by.
You might want to stay out of the way, too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, none of them should know what you look like, other than the princess and her bodyguards. But
Mm.
those are the ones that you didn't fight when you escaped, after all. But I'm gonna say you're gonna manage to stay out of the way enough, and soon all the carriages are gone.
It
Now.
would be very funny to see her reaction.
I mean,
I probably personally wouldn't want to see her react.
can you get an update on the situation for DnD?
Do we have a situation?
Not really a situation. We're in town right now. We just recently escaped prison.
Alright. We're gonna...
Is it time to collect Hilda's armor and get the hell out of Dodge?
Yeah, we're gonna get your armor and we're gonna leave.
I wanna
Straight to
pretend
the
that
Imperial capital.
I don't want the Revenant to get hurt.
We'll be fine.
Maple,
Alright.
I want you to understand, if he's not fine, I'll hold you accountable.
I'll give chat a little preview of the stadium.
Hilda, no, Naka, you need to promise me.
Promise you
won't
what?
Kill the Revenant.
I mean, I don't plan to kill the Revenant.
Okay.
Is everyone attached to the Revenant?
I'm attached. That's all it takes. I'm already wanting to kill everyone in the Royal Imperial Palace. It doesn't matter. You don't need to give me a reason to kill them.
I mean, they'll give you many reasons to kill them.
Oh, I already have many reasons to kill them. You don't need to give me another one.
Oh, I forgot. You also did catch a glimpse of one other person inside the carriage. And it was a face you know. So, at your school, when you were going there, at least, your university.
I'm not an Imperial dragon. You can. It's funny, dude.
When you were going to your university.
Hilda is human.
There was
a chance to be half dragon. I'm not gonna say no though.
A decently famous soccer player that was at the university. He played some other sports too, but his primary sport was basically soccer. Obviously, this is the US, so we don't actually have like a college soccer league that I'm aware of. But he would have been a NCAA basketball player. Because he also did basketball. But you recognize the guy's face because he was also in some of your classes. But that looked like a guy named Connor Evans, who's from your world. And he was sitting right next to the princess.
Inazuma 11.
Man, not much of a reaction to the reveal.
I'm trying to remember who that was.
He's actually a character that none of you have seen before. I mean,
We didn't
as far
meet
as
that person.
interacting with them. But
I was not fully paying attention.
We haven't met them before. Why would we react slightly different?
I mean, your characters have met them.
Well, that's what I mean.
You
like,
just haven't yet. But he would definitely know who you are.
okay.
Wait, who?
Connor Evans, the guy sitting next to the princess, who was the chief soccer player at your university.
Oh, okay. I'm like, how would we know them but not know them? Like,
I mean, some of you had classes with him. He's
you think Hilda
definitely
looks at the lower peons?
Well,
It was basically
think-
royalty at the school.
he would have been considered like alpha male sports star type. So, in fact,
Yeah.
he probably belongs to one of the fraternities, one of the elite type that don't just let everyone in.
And
You heard it.
Ben's
I would know because I don't officially go to the university yet.
Well, I mean, you did live in a university town. You probably have
Maggie would have
some
recognized
idea.
him.
Yes,
Maggie would have
Maggie
recognized
would
him.
definitely have known who he is.
Hilda would have not known who that was.
Hilda just probably didn't care. But she's
Well,
probably
also
seen
Hilda
him
wouldn't care.
before. So,
You forget,
mean,
Hilda would probably be like basically the princess of the school.
I mean, he would have definitely been considered like prince material.
Exactly.
He
You're
had
talking to the gamer by night, princess by day, so she would not have noticed him at all.
I mean, he even had
You've
like,
noticed what Hilda's type
local,
is already.
like,
You know what Hilda's type is
clothing
already. He doesn't look like
sponsorships
any
and
of
things.
near her type.
So,
Not stronger than her dad, not even looking at her. Not
um,
cooler than her, not looking at him.
he's decently well built, but in the skinny, well built way.
Yeah, see, he wouldn't even reach her radar.
I mean, he is a soccer player, so he's not gonna, look like a linebacker on the football team.
Yeah.
So
The football team would probably be the only ones that have even a slight chance at meeting her gaze.
I mean, he was definitely more popular than some of the football players, especially since your university football team was, like, not great.
Well, then he wouldn't have reached the radar.
But yeah, he did, like, basketball and soccer, primarily. He even had his own nickname. They called him the Lightning, because he was known to be
Ew.
fast.
That's cringe.
I mean,
I think Maggie and him would have known of each other, but would not have known each other personally.
Hilda would not have, like, deemed them even slightly worth noting.
Yeah.
He was popular enough, most girls would definitely have known who he is. Especially since he's sort of known as being like a playboy.
See, that's exactly why she wouldn't notice it.
I mean, he flirted a lot with women, but didn't seem to, like, date too many. He was a bit aloof when it came to actually, like, dating. So.
Yep.
As ironic as this is, one of the people he probably would have agreed to date is actually Hilda.
Exactly.
I mean, school princess. Definitely his type. So.
Isn't
Just
Hilda
saying.
a bit young for him?
Well, yeah, but she's, like, in terms of, like, you know how rankings go at colleges and stuff. She's the smartest, newest, and, like, one of the lot cuter girls at the school. So she would definitely
Theoretically, since he's a junior, probably about 3 years older than Hilda. But knowing campus guys, I think they just call her fresh meat.
Exactly. See, yeah. So she wouldn't even have him on the radar.
Yes, in Boca's mind, she wouldn't even know who the guy is. But in his mind, she's like right in his strike zone. So.
Okay.
He actually probably was in some of the same circles as, like, Maggie, though. As far as...
They definitely have at least some mutual friends.
Yes. Maggie was definitely in the elite side of things as well, so... Different part of the elite section, but...
Yeah. Billionaire parents section.
I mean, his parents might not be rich, but he was lining up to probably get some sort of, like, sports deal.
Yeah.
I mean, if... The way the rules are now for NCAA sports, he probably could have gotten like a following on like Instagram and TikTok and all that, and started pulling in sponsorships. So, I mean, he has local sponsorships, but he probably could have gotten some, bigger deals. Like that one gymnast girl who's like super famous.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. He's the type that would have been getting like sponsorships from clothing brands and that sort of stuff. So. But yeah, he's apparently in this world now. And with the princess. Which is kind of unique, because you guys haven't met anyone else that was from your world, except for Samantha's sister and Hilda's dad. So. And they didn't come here by being summoned, so. Unless something major happened, he probably was not summoned. I mean, he was probably summoned, not, random event brings him here.
Yeah,
Though I
so he
guess
probably got-
summoning is probably a random event for most. But
So they probably got hero summoned over here.
probably. Which, by the way, will mean that he probably has both a blessing here and significant abilities. So.
How did we end up here anyway? I forgot.
Originally, you got sent here from Nexus.
Yeah.
Well, no. The assassins sent you here originally.
Yeah.
From your worlds, actually.
How'd we get here in this part of the kingdom? Well, in this kingdom anyway.
Technically, you were just hero summoned.
And we didn't get the benefits from that, I'm assuming.
No, you've already been in this world, so.
Damn.
You didn't get any new power from it. Though, you also only temporarily had the disadvantages from being hero summoned. Because the Empire uses a ritual which drains your power. So. That way they can basically deal with you when you're first summoned, if they need to. Which in your case, they definitely did. You guys were not happy campers. So.
Yeah.
With that. That is the last scene I needed to do in the city. You could still do things here if you wanted. Or we can end today's episode here. And next time, we'll come back. And you can continue on your journey to the capital.
Yeah, we're gonna head to the capital.
That good for everyone?
Yeah.
Alright. Then, if that's the case, let me find someone to raid.
Oh, can I share someone?
You kind of need to do that ahead of time.
I know, but
Like,
my
you
friend's
need to
doing
know.
my friend's doing a donathon. Sorry, subathon.
Which one is that?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Okay. If that's
We're
the
gonna raid
case,
Ham.
I'm gonna raid Glitter. fired up. Alright, so theoretically we are back tomorrow. I don't know who from the cast is going to be here tomorrow. But theoretically we are having an episode tomorrow. After that, I will be doing some Fallout 4 at the beginning of the week. And we'll transition back to more Horizon Forbidden West in the later half of the week. So that's the way it's gonna come out at the moment. I hope you all had lots of fun. And with that, have fun, take care, and see you tomorrow. Later. See you later. Bye.
Bye.